Hey, what's up? Are you thinking of going vegan? In today's video, I simply want to share with you my favorite tips on how to go vegan. Now, a vegan is someone that doesn't eat any animal products and that doesn't wear any animal products. And that of course also includes not using products that are tested on animals and not supporting any establishments that are supporting the exploitation of animals. Now let's get into it. My first tip is to take it slow. Now, I'm someone who loves a sense of urgency, which is why I went vegan in 2 weeks. If you are someone who prefers to take baby steps, then do that. It's just important to transition at your own pace and to not stress yourself out. Because of course, going from consuming animal products to consuming zero animal products can be difficult, especially if you or someone who ate a lot of meat, cheese, dairy, and eggs. Tip number 2 is to do it right. Now, there are heaps of products that just happen to be vegan that aren't actually good for you. Oreos are a good example. They're vegan. Are they good for you if you eat heaps of them? Probably not. So when you do adapt a vegan lifestyle, make sure to do it right. By sticking to whole foods, by sticking to plants, fruits, grains, vegetables, nuts, all that good stuff. My third tip is to educate yourself. Watch documentaries, read articles online, watch YouTube videos about veganism. Just educate yourself as much as possible. There's so many helpful resources out there these days, it's overwhelming. Just make sure that you have a good understanding of what veganism is about and how best to go about it. And my fourth tip is to browse local stores. When I went vegan, I hit up my local grocery store in the UK and I was surprised by how much vegan food there was actually available. Of course, you have fruits and vegetables and grains that are always vegan. I mean, why wouldn't they be? And then you have all these other foods. You have pastas, you have pasta sauce, you have plant milks, you have bread. There were just so many things that just happened to be vegan, and I was absolutely loving it. And my recommendation would therefore be to visit your local store, to go in there with open eyes, and to just see what's available. Because chances are there are gonna be heaps of things that just happen to be vegan. Which leads me to my fifth tip: read labels. Prior to going vegan, I had no idea how much junk there is in products that I was buying. Eggs in pasta, milk powder in bread, milk in soy milk, cheese in my spread. There were just so many little things that were in the products that I bought on a day-to-day basis that I wasn't aware of, and I was really surprised by that. And the first few weeks after I made the switch to a vegan lifestyle, I read every single label. And as I said before, stick to whole foods. So I wasn't buying heaps of packaged products. However, when I did, I made sure to read the label because I wanted to know exactly what was in the product that I was buying. I figured it out fairly quickly though and got familiar with the things that I could buy and the things that weren't vegan. Tip number 6 is to try something new. When I went vegan, surprisingly, I didn't feel restricted. All of a sudden I had this feeling of abundance. There was just so much food that I all of a sudden saw, although it was right in front of me all this time. I tried out different grains, different fruits, different vegetables. I tried out different ways of preparing things. I fell in love with tofu. I fell in love with beans. I fell in love with so many new ingredients, so many new foods that I previously didn't even try. And that part of my journey was really exciting for me. So if you are at the beginning of your journey, try new things, try new ways of cooking things, try new recipes, and try new foods. Tip number 7 is a really important one. Connect with like-minded people. If you don't have any vegans in your circle of friends, then go online. Check out Meetup, check out Couchsurfing, go onto YouTube. Just try different platforms. Reddit is also a good source. And connect with like-minded people that are on the same journey as you are. There are also, of course, local meetup groups. Facebook is another great way to find local vegan groups in your area. There are just so many ways of connecting with other vegans. So if you don't have any within your circle of friends, just go online and find your tribe. Tip number 8 is to ask for help. That's another really important one. If you've got a question, if you're wondering about something, if you're unsure about something, just ask for help. And again, if you've got vegan friends in your circle of friends, great. And if you don't, then seek help online. Reddit can be a really good way of getting responses from people about questions that you may have. There's a subreddit that's called Vegan that I highly recommend. You simply sign up to Reddit, follow the subreddit, and if you have a question, you can just ask it, and then you'll get heaps of responses from people all over the world. It's just a great way to interact with people and to meet like-minded vegans. There's never any harm in asking. If you're wondering about something, just ask and seek help. Tip number 9 is to remember why. I went vegan 3 years ago, and yet I continue to watch documentaries, I continue to read up on veganism online, and I continue educating myself. If you are at the start of your vegan journey, just remember why you went vegan, and it's usually best to have more than just one reason. I went vegan because I no longer wanted to contribute to the suffering that's going on. I wanted to do something good for the environment, and I also wanted to be healthier. So those were the 3 main reasons why I decided to go vegan. And you can even make a list of all the reasons why you're vegan. And just make sure to continuously remind yourself why it is that you went vegan. Especially in times of difficulty, this is going to really help you out. And the more reasons you have, the better. Tip number 10 is to don't give up. You're at the beginning of your journey. Be easy on yourself and don't stress too much about it. What matters the most is your intention. If you end up eating something that happened to contain milk powder, or if you happen to eat something that contained meat, it happens. What matters most is your intention and your willingness to continue and to stick with it. So don't be too hard on yourself and take it easy. And tip number 11 is to spread the message. If you're at the beginning of your journey, share it with others. Yes, you're at the beginning, you may not know as much as opposed to being a year in or 2 years into the journey. Still, share what you're learning, share the videos that you're watching, talk about the documentaries that you're watching, share articles that you're reading, just share it with friends and family. And it's always my hope that other people will be inspired by it, that it will get other people to think. Just make sure to share what you're learning. Veganism is a truly beautiful thing. And if you've got any questions, then feel free to ask them down below. I always love hearing from you. If you are vegan, then I would love to hear. If you've got any tips for vegan beginners who may be reading your comment. As always, have a lovely day and see you next time. Bye.